If you right
I
click,
can turn it on and off, but I don't know how to get rid of it.
right click, delete.
Yeah. Nothing happens when I right click it.
Oh, it doesn't, like on the hotbar, it doesn't get rid of. Wait,
It's not in the hotbar, it's in the quick access on my character sheet.
Oh, in the character sheet. Oh, okay.
I guess it's just gonna be there, maybe.
There we go. I unfavorited it.
Thank you.
You would favorite it. You would start it.
Oh, is that what it was?
So
Was it was
If
favorited?
you favorite something, that's when it appears in the quick access. If you store it.
Oh, okay. So I can put some useful stuff there too. Okay.
I typically just kept all my powers in quick access. If you have any weapons or attacks you do, those are also good to have in there. And then I would put, your pretty frequent used skills in your hotbar. Notice, faith,
Spirit.
spirit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And you do have multiple hotbars too. You have 5 hotbars. So if you're feeling fancy,
Yeah, but I'm only ever gonna use one.
I mean, yeah, I agree. But you have 5.
It is good to have the option.
Exactly. Alright, everyone's got their bennies. Jasper is a wild card, right? No, he wasn't. Why was he not labeled as a wild card? Oh, because we gave him character sheet. That's just the giant spider. I don't need the giant spider anymore.
Is Adam helping Abigail with math homework?
Yeah.
That's precious.
Such a good dad.
He's really excited.
What kind of math?
He's been waiting his whole life for this.
Algebra.
Algebra? Okay. Just make it, just figure. I figured it was algebra, but I thought he might have been super excited and helping with, like, calc or something.
We are not there yet.
We are not in a calc place.
We are not a calc family.
One of us is.
Yes, but as a family.
Yeah, as a family, we go by the lowest denominator, right?
Yeah. Any hoodles. Now that we've got most of this stuff out of the way, who wants to recap what happened last time? 37.5 days ago.
In hindsight, I do feel bad about how we treated the Grinch, and especially how we treated Max. Listen, I was in a bad place. I had been severely wounded. There was deforestation happening.
Willow is a ride or die, and that is part of the reason that she's driven. She's not going to apologize for that emotion.
Okay.
Kaede said that person's gone. They gone.
Willow is in fact ride or die. And as it turns out, it is more often die, but for the other people.
I can't remember. Did we beat the Grinch, or did we bully him to leave them alone?
You killed his dog.
We killed his dog.
That's kind of bullying.
Yeah, we made him into a puddle of the man he once was.
I'm sure that can't come back and to haunt you at all in the future.
This is
I
gonna
mean,
be
it will
the
haunt
big
us for
bad.
the rest of our lives if that's what you mean.
We're gonna get to the end of the campaign, and it's the Grinch.
Willow does not care any longer. She's fine. She's made her peace with it.
This was like 20 minutes ago, and Willow's like, eh.
Willow made her peace with
Fuck
it.
around,
when
I
she
feel
was
really
being
bad.
Yeah,
about
things
killing
die.
the
It's
dog.
alright.
Now, I do think it was a robot dog, yes?
It was a robot dog that was originally his real dog. Is what I believe.
It was like a
was his
cyborg
pattern.
dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it depends on your views of mortality. Um, and
Listen though, something had to have hit me because the magic hot cocoa had healed us in between. So somebody must have hit me, and I assume it was the dog.
or the snowmen or the gingerbread people who are coming out.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about them.
Anyway, you guys fought a bunch of festive monsters. After running away from Jason, healed up thanks to Mrs. Claus's fantastic hot cocoa and fruitcake. Oakley almost died.
I only had 2 wounds.
Hazel
Oh,
almost
Hazel almost
died,
died. Sorry.
both in the Jason encounter and the Christmas encounter.
No, I thought
'Cause I couldn't
thought
stop
Oakley,
rolling crit
Oakley
fails.
got knocked out and dragged inside when you were fighting outside the workshop.
Yes, not last time, but the time. Not our last encounter,
Yes.
but yeah.
Last time we played, Oakley almost
Oh.
died. Not in the last fight.
That's right.
Because she got super crit by a gingerbread man.
That's right.
But, alright. So, Santa greeted y'all with a... What's the best way of... What is the action Santa takes when he, like, puts his finger on his nose and does the, like, up the chimney thing? I feel like there should be a verbiage
Gaseous
there,
form?
but... there is, alas, not a verb, but... Santa, you know, rubs his
Jimmy?
cherry little nose, engulfs y'all in a snowstorm as the world goes white around you, and you then find yourselves staring down a long, grand hall. It is chilly in here. Everything is just crystal clear, just icy. There's fine
Is Superman here?
engravings around the different kind of columns and support beams in this kind of large, grand throne room you guys find yourselves
I'm gonna
in.
be honest.
That means no, Superman isn't here.
I kind of expected a Valentine's Day.
Or at least that Cameron doesn't want us to know Superman's here yet.
I kind of expected a Valentine's Day themed episode. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, who's to say it's not? It's a grand hallway. Maybe we're at a Valentine's ball or
You're
something.
also a couple weeks early for Valentine's Day.
Any
I mean,
day
we were a
with
couple
Friday
weeks late
and
for
Lil
Christmas.
is
I don't think it really
Valentine's Day.
matters.
Yeah, we were late for Christmas. Why did we do Valentine's Day early?
Because we might not even
So that
play.
we don't wind up late for Valentine's Day. Because that's going to put us behind schedule for St. Patrick's.
This is really what this has become. It's not actually Fairy Tale anymore. It's just going to be, we only play D&D every holiday. Wait for the Columbus Day episode, guys.
I can't wait for Arbor
I was
Day.
about to say Arbor Day, yeah.
Hazel's really excited for that one.
Anyway, you guys find yourselves in a long castle hall, yada yada. There's stairs and a empty throne on the far side of the room. And a pair of large doors shut behind you.
I'm sorry, like they were open and then they shut,
No,
or they were
they're
always
just shut.
shut?
They're just closed doors.
Okay.
Just
okay,
two
good.
large closed doors.
Much less creepy.
No.
We didn't get locked into this arena.
No.
So, is it like it's made of ice?
Yes.
It's an ice
Like
castle?
it's like it's carved out of ice. Like it's an ice castle.
And we don't see anybody around?
Make a notice roll.
I can do that easily because it's on my hotbar now.
Ooh.
Isn't it also up here at the top of the thing?
Yeah, but this is fewer clicks.
I only have to hover over them.
Okay, it's fewer actions.
Okay. I'm gonna make a notice roll also. I want to know if I notice anything.
I'm gonna say no.
You notice how cold it is?
Oh,
Um,
nice. That was good to
Hazel,
notice that.
as you kind of get your bearings, you kind of walk up to sort of one of the walls and kind of cup your hands around your face, around your eyes to block out some of the light so you can kind of better see through the ice walls. And from what you can gather is they're quite thick and strong. You kind of peek through the kind of translucent doors behind you to the best of your ability and just kind of see a long spiraling staircase go descending downwards. There's some kind of like various banners hanging from in between the different kind of columns that line the sides of the room. Various snowflake patterns kind of adorning them. They almost look like they're kind of frosted over on top of a pale blue fabric.
It sounds incredibly beautiful.
Oh, it's very elegant.
That's my mother's heart.
Well,
So whose throne is this?
That's a good question.
Is it up for the taking?
Well, let's
I mean,
find out.
you could go sit in it.
I go sit in it.
Okay. Who sits in it first? Does Oakley go up to it first, or does Willow go up first?
Probably.
Horatio.
Well, yeah.
This is the exact outcome I was hoping for that you guys would raise. That was literally my first thought when you both said something.
Roll an athletics check, each of you.
And these are our fast people.
Oh.
I will be very sad if you explode.
I would just like to be able to roll at this point.
That's fair.
Oh.
Yep. Mine was having issues a minute ago.
Oh,
Like
it's
just
a
after I
tie.
made my notice roll.
We're doing that thing where it's like in musical chairs where you're trying to sit at the same time.
Yeah,
or
you're
squeeze
like
each other's butts
you're
away.
like shouldering into each other, like sprinting down, kind of sliding every couple steps on this like glassy, icy floor as you sprint towards this kind of raised dais with the throne on it. As you guys are kind of trying to like shove your arms in front of one another to try to get the lead and push the other back to get the throne.
Can I trip him? Or can I trip her?
Yeah. You can make an athletics check.
Can I make a check to not
yes.
get tripped?
Yes, you can. Make an agility check.
What does that mean?
Willow runs up to try to trip you, and you like kind of like step over her and try to shove her out of the way. And that's like as you two are really just kind of sibling fighting over this.
Incredibly consistent.
Yeah, like this perfectly balanced fight. you see, you all see coalescing in a drift of snow, kind of sitting, legs bent over one side of the chair or one arm of the throne. You know, kind of long, sitting in a chair the wrong way. You know, leaning
No, that's
back.
the right way to sit in a chair.
Yes. Hey, kitty. Yes, I see you. Hello. Here, get some attention. You see coalescing the figure of a woman.
I'll sit on your lap. Wait.
I mean, she doesn't really have a lap for you to sit on with the way she's sitting.
Right in front of your girlfriend?
Yeah, that's why I said wait. Sorry. First break.
But she's wearing this kind of long, almost like feathery white gown. She has a sharp kind of crown of thorns made of ice kind of sitting on top of her head as she lounges in this chair watching Oakley and Willow bickering, trying to race to the throne.
When I see her,
Hazel
I just
bows
stop.
awkwardly.
Hazel bows awkwardly. Fair enough.
They're overwhelmed. I mean,
Does this? Okay. Would this count as a local elite or noble or other aristocrat?
Yes.
This is gonna be my friend. Okay.
This person is definitely a local elite, captain of industry, noble, or other aristocrat.
Beautiful. I'm not going to bow
she is
nearly as.
one of those things.
I will stop running, throw a leg behind, and a elegant curtsy.
Willow, make me a common knowledge check.
Can do.
You do get a +2.
I'm going to go away 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of you know the like proper quote unquote motions to go through when you're in sort of a engagement like this. It's a little bit different than what you're used to growing up in Chicago and having lunch meetings with CEOs and investors and things, or doctors and with your family and stuff. But most of the training that your family's put you through, man, is to make it so that you know how to carry yourself of a stature without actively demeaning yourself. You know almost definitively that this person is at least 3 or 4 steps above you on the social ladder, and that is being conservative. That's like
Above who she is here, or above who she would be at home?
yes.
Okay. Three or four at home, 6 or 8 here.
Yeah, it's someone who's significantly above your status. You can kind of gain, obviously, from your surroundings that this is some scope of royalty. Which is something that, despite all the fantasy, fairy tale shenanigans you all have ran into in your time in this new world, funnily enough, you've never actually encountered any nobility.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't really heard about a king or anything, have we?
No, I was picturing these were more similar to like city states. like Greece.
Yeah, society is definitely more independent sort of states, just by nature of it's hard to rule a world that's shifting. Um, but even within those kind of like the cities and towns you guys have gone into, there hasn't been any sort of concept of nobility of people that much more well-to-do in a position of power sort of thing. So
She also has her white headphones, which can connect to the controller.
Cameron, I have a question. I'm sorry if you said this already. I missed it. Does she have like a long blonde braid?
I didn't really set her hair. She's got kind of long hair, but I don't think it's necessarily braided. Like I said, she's got kind of a crown of thorns, basically shaped out of ice, sitting on her head. She's very kind of relaxed in the position that she's taken up in her throne, just kind of lounging, feet over the arm, one hand kind of.
It is
up
the
to her
demeanor of
cheek.
someone who sits in this throne every day.
Yes, exactly. This is the demeanor of someone who
She is
sits in this
sitting in her throne the
and
way
thinks
I am
nothing of
currently
it.
sitting in my recliner.
Exactly. Um,
1 second. I'll be right back.
well, while we wait for Trina, I started putting together Edgar Markov, or I'm almost finished with putting together Edgar Markov with cards I own. I wish I had more steal your cards, though. More steal effects, though.
I'm nodding. I realized you couldn't see that.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for saying so.
There are a lot of steel effects in vampires.
Well, none of my vampires have steal effects, but I was just looking at my red cards, and I'm like, I need to add red to this deck, so it's not just mono black.
Oh, well, there's several vampires that steal. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I just don't have any that steal, unfortunately.
There's one that's like
Sorry about that. I'm back.
you tap vampires and you can steal, and then there's Olivia, the OG Olivia, where you can like ping a thing and make it a vampire, and then pay
Yeah.
mana to gain control of a vampire.
Yeah. No, sadly I don't have
But
any
you
of those
meant like
cards.
threaten effects.
Yeah, like traitorous blood, treasonous
Yeah.
act, or whatever.
Threaten.
Yeah. Anyway. Yes, this is definitely someone who sits in this throne daily and thinks very little of it. This isn't someone who is heavy as the head that wears the crown sort of situation. But
This
as,
bitch loves to be the Ice Queen.
but as
Heavy
she-
is the head that naps during all of the meetings with her council and shit.
Heavy is the head that's bored. So she just kind of sits there watching you silently, all kind of. I say all of you lock up. Two of you kind of like, oh shit, something's happening. With Willow.
I think that Hazel had been following like a little
Stance.
behind the race at a walking speed.
Kane's looking around. She's not paying much attention.
Coyote
to
doesn't
anything
even
that's going
notice
on.
there's someone there now because the lady hasn't even spoken yet. Coyote's too busy like looking at like the fine engravings and things.
Pretty much.
All right.
Hello.
No, carry on. Don't stomp your little foot race on account of me. Though the seat is taken.
Very aptly. My name is Willow.
Yes, you're Willow. That's Kaede, Oakley, Hazel.
Someone say my name?
Now, there is one there seems to be something missing here. And I'm quite disappointed to see that.
Our dear friends.
Where's the other one? As she kind
That's a
of gets
wonderful
up
question.
from her,
It's a great question.
Her throne, and begins kind of walking down the stairs, dress kind of trailing behind her. As she kind of basically just kind of begins circling you as she's kind of giving each of you a kind of once over, just kind of an up and down. And she's like,
Shoulders back, smile on.
he was the one.
There is not more perfect posture.
As she kind of looks you over and says, I don't even see the gift I left him here with you. Nothing. Do I mean nothing to him? Oh well. Well, I'm surprised to see you all have made it to me here. I suppose your nightmares weren't enough to take care of y'all. To take care of you in the end.
We are happy to be resilient.
Hazel's like looking around frantically, like, what is happening here?
Just like roaches. As she kind of waves her hand, a little breeze of snow kind of, a bunch of snowflakes kind of comes off of her hand, takes the shape of a small roach before that image is kind of crushed in her hand. Before she goes and just kind of sits back down.
Who are you?
Who am I? Well, I live in dreams. That's all. That's all you need to know for now.
Spooky.
If you wish, you could call me Queen.
Shall we refer to you as the Queen or our Queen?
Are you the Ice
My... Not the Queen. You can call me my Queen. Let's see. Let me take a look here.
I assume we are in your realm, so that would be only appropriate to give you fealty to that which you owe.
Ooh. I have to think if any of you realistically would have come into contact with this.
If it's nerdy, maybe Will.
No.
Probably not Willow then.
Hazel's got some occult shit.
I'm trying to think of what you guys have done in universe, if you would know anything about
Oh,
this.
I see.
Like, none of you are very research heavy. Aside from maybe Kaede. But I don't think Kaede's done any historical research, quote unquote.
Probably not.
So, I will give all of you a common knowledge roll. But I'm going to say it's at a -3. Because there is a possibility any of you may have heard of, may be aware of
I got two.
the context surrounding this, but...
You gotta unpause it more, I think.
No, Oakley was able to. Everyone else has been able to do checks.
I'm trying to move something else on the screen that it won't let me move.
Well, I unpaused it for you regardless.
You said common knowledge?
Yes.
And at a -2? 2 or 4?
For you, it'd be -4.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
I mean, that made me feel better.
I don't know. There it goes. Okay. It was not letting me just type in the -3.
Ooh.
Okay, Hazel. You're a patron
I'm
of
noticing. I'm knowing.
you're a patron of the arts. And I guess Katie probably actually might have heard of this because she did do stuff with like the orphans or whatever. But unfortunately,
The
Kaede
orphans?
still would have known even if I reduced that penalty. So you, Hazel, you also did
We
some...
might have come across it, but she does not know it.
Yeah. Hazel, through your kind of time out engaging in the cultural centers of the various towns and things you've been to, you think back to an old puppet show, and you think of, just briefly for a minute, there was a story you heard a few times about 3 different queens. There's the Black Queen of I can't speak. The Black Queen of Transformation, the Green Queen of Curses, and the White Queen of Dreams. Something that this woman has said, or several of the things this woman has said, have led to you to recall this, and recall the name that they refer to her historically as, which is Lucida. Additionally, while this was in the context of kind of like a story and things, and being referred to as a queen, these are not royalty by mortal standards.
Something more like gods. Or like demigods or angels or
queen above humans. Whatever
a
intent that might be.
different thing.
So.
Okay.
Also, this is something all of you...
I don't know how to put any of that information into action in the moment.
Additionally, this is something all of you would have remembered. You all have encountered this woman once before.
Was that the
Last
bear
Halloween,
place?
the first Halloween episode, where you with
I don't
Dracula.
fucking remember anything of the first Halloween episode.
That was so long ago.
That is exactly why I'm reminding you. But you have encountered this woman before, after a similar dream sequence. Additionally, you recall that she had gifted Ash, basically a dragon mask of some sort. Something
so the person
tangible
who's
from
not here.
something tangible from the dream into reality.
I see, so that's why she's disappointed.
Yeah. It is
Her
good to
bestie
see
isn't
that you're
looking.
doing well. I assume. My queen?
I don't know why that my queen tacked at the end really cracked me up. It had just a tinge of desperation to it.
Just
My queen.
my queen? She says, I could get used to hearing that come out of your mouth one more time. She puts her
My
hand up
queen.
to her ear. Ah, beautiful. Hearing you otherworlders address me in the correct manner.
1 second.
Oh, she's not gonna like that.
Quit dying.
No promises.
Good.
So are you winning at D&D?
Not much has happened to win.
We're really only still just getting started.
And I know there's really not any winning at D&D.
Are you winning, son?
Yeah, precisely.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
I mean, I will say the last couple times we played, I definitively lost. I was rolling terrible.
If you can
So
win-
far, I'm not doing that, so I guess I'll consider that winning.
Yeah, you're doing better. You're learning things. You're realizing you're conversing with a creature or entity above normal human standards.
I have no clue what to do with that information,
Or how to,
but I
how to
do know
communicate
it.
it to your friends.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Willow understands that she should be groveling. That's what she's trying to accomplish.
Yeah, I mean, Willow understands that she's several rungs below the social ladder, below this person. So she kind of sits there and she's like, well, are you going to stay here loitering or are you going to go? Or do you have some other business for me? Considering, like I said, you roaches managed to stick around, I don't have anything else for you. Well, to give you now, at least.
If you have nothing for us, my queen, then we will happily be on our way and no longer.
Yeah, I think go.
curtsy deeply
Good
again.
option. Hazel, for some reason, goes to one knee and then like doesn't really know how to smoothly get up from that, or why they did in the first place.
Hazel's like, I don't know why I did that, but it felt right. Okay. So she kind of just sits there, waiting for any sort of response or reaction. Are you guys just kind of walking away?
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
yep,
Sure.
yep.
Those bows were goodbyes.
To the door? To the doors?
You walk up to the doors, and as you approach with a icy gust and a snap of her fingers, the doors blow open, revealing a dark, spiraling staircase downwards.
Will either bring us to hell or to home.
Hopefully home.
I mean, I think there's lots of other places that could probably also bring
That's
us,
true.
but
It could just be a basement, but
She's gonna make you walk the whole way
That's
out of this
kind of like
dream
hell.
castle. She's gonna be like, okay, take the stairs, third door on the left, take those stairs, second door on the right, carry down the hallway, fifth door, you go up, down, jump out the window, and you'll be in the courtyard, then turn around and the gate's on the other side. But
Willow would have memorized that. Katrina would not.
well, luckily, as you make your way out the door, before you even begin descending down the stairs, you all find yourselves warmly tucked in bed.
In our separate accommodations.
In your separate beds, in the accommodations you went to sleep in.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even remember what
where
accommodations
we
we
usually are.
No,
The guild
still in the Feywild.
No.
But
okay.
Okay.
where you went to bed last night.
Man, is anybody else feel
12
like we're
months
gonna
ago.
sleep for almost a
Right.
year? Man, that was like a good sleep, and feels like we've been in a coma.
Honestly, I'm a little groggy.
Well, it's like in a TV show where you can note the passage of time by the holiday episodes, you know?
Oakley's still asleep.
Oakley woke up and is like, I'm going back to bed. Alright, so everyone but Oakley is awake.
Can I do a medical check to make sure that Oakley's alive?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do we...
That's the healing power.
Where's... Sorry.
Yeah.
So if she rolls poorly, am I dead?
That is
You're
if
awake.
I kill
Or,
you.
she's alive. She's just asleep. Oakley's just a little groggy.
Well,
And we don't have any...
Oh,
here's one question. Is Ash here? I assume no.
No.
Because you probably would have mentioned it, but...
No, Ash is not here.
But
I don't remember, was he with us when we went to bed?
Yes, he would have been.
Okay.
Is his stuff here, or is it just...
But he ain't now.
Make a notice roll. Doesn't look like his stuff's here.
Well, Dream Lady was confused why he wasn't here either, so I don't think she kidnapped him. Which just leads us to have less information about where he's at.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure she would have told us if she had.
She could have told us if she had. I don't think she would have mentioned if she had. Like, I don't think she would have deemed us, needing to know.
I didn't like her.
Well, I thought she might want to taunt us.
That lady was kind of a bitch, right?
Taunting is for people that you think are worthy of your time. Yes, she was. I kind of liked it, like as in like a respect way, not in like a like I didn't appreciate it being happening, but
See,
like I understand.
Well, when you do it, it's hot. When she does it, it's itchy.
Willow's not going to respond after that.
Willow's just blushing.
It's like, how do I explain to her that this is the only person who's ever thought she was she?
Yeah, everyone else is like exchanging, which I guess is just me and Oakley, but like we're just like exchanging pointed glances. Like it's not bitchy.
It can be both. It can be bitchy and hot. Alright.
Castlevania hadn't come out yet, so we don't know that yet.
I haven't seen Castlevania, but I can only imagine. Alright. So you guys have woken up. You're in your beds. What are you guys doing? It is still dark out.
So we were we were in the animal village.
Yes.
Is this right? And the animals are still animals, but they're different animals instead of all being geese.
Yes. They are assorted
There's everything I remember.
wild animals that act like people. They wear clothes.
And like have jobs and
And
stuff,
have
right?
like jobs and stuff.
Willow's gonna take a night walk, just to see if anyone else is see if the town
Well,
is still populated and if anyone else is.
Yeah, I mean,
This is setting you to turn off, Katrina.
is a setting she needs to turn on? What?
Automatically
Yeah, she keeps
determine
cutting out.
input sensitivity.
For in Discord.
Yes.
Okay. So Willow's going on a night walk.
I'll go with her.
Katie's going on a night walk.
well, I was gonna go, but now that seems awkward, so I won't.
Everyone roll me a notice roll.
What?
Everyone roll a notice roll for me.
Is this better?
Wow, Oakley.
Alright,
Right.
all of you,
Particularly notice.
as you wake up, you
Oh, I
notice
did.
it is still dark out, but there's a lot of ruckus and kind of commotion coming from the basement. Coming from the downstairs of your accommodations. It's kind of the general sort of like murmuring of an active restaurant.
I'm cool to go downstairs and check that out instead.
Yeah.
All right. You all make your
I'd probably real quick, adjust myself and such.
Yeah, you get cleaned up. You get ready for the day, sort of situation. But you get up. You all go downstairs, and what you are greeted with is kind of a strange sight. Last time you guys made it in, you were kind of exhausted and tired, and you didn't really pay much attention to the common dining area. But what you notice is that there's kind of like several different tiers of like table. There's sort of a series of much smaller, maybe much smaller tables about the size for like a rabbit or field mice, kind of lining the outside wall of the building, and then a little bit closer in are a little bit bigger tables, and then situated on top of the much larger tables for bigger animals are other series of kind of small tables to keep them up out of the way, enough away from underfoot. The whole place is just filled with assorted various forest critters. There's foxes and squirrels, field mice, rabbits. There's domestic animals. There's a couple of dogs, some cats. There's a little raccoon behind the bar, scurrying back and forth with different sized trays and things. There's also kind of a small stage that's currently empty on the kind of far side of the room. What do you guys do?
Is there...
So are these
Is there, like-
nocturnal and non-nocturnal animals?
Yeah, there's a mix.
Are there like animals serving food, or is there like a bar or a window or something you go to, or?
There's a bar. There's a bar, but there are also a couple of different animals serving food. On the kind of that outer, like half wall sort of situation where the smaller animals are running, you can see like a couple of field mice carrying these tiny, tiny little plates, of various like grains and things, little small loaves of bread and salads, thimbles.
Okay, this
full
was
of
going to be my
wine.
next question, was if it was people food or animal food, but
it's-
it's kind of somewhere in between.
Yeah, it's like a mix of it. It's whatever people are feeling like. Little, like I said, little thimbles full of like red wine and soup, various kind of raw vegetables and fruits as well. There are meats and other proteins as well. It's not all vegetarian.
I mean, we got carnivores in the house. Presumably. Do we see anybody that we had met before? Because we met a few animals, right?
Not really that I recall. I think you guys kind of stopped in here. It's also, like 3 years ago.
I remember talking to somebody.
You might have spoke with someone, but if they were unimportant.
Okay. Well, could we roll up to the bar?
Yeah, grab some food.
Yeah, that stew looks pretty good.
All right. You guys walk up to the bar, and like I said, there's this little raccoon kind of running back and forth. As you kind of approach, you see there's there's basically a door, like a normal human-sized door with a much smaller, like half-sized door kind of built into it for smaller critters
Love
to get
this shit.
in and out of the kitchen and things. But
I love the small door. I love the different sizes of tables. It's all so charming.
But the little raccoon's sitting there. They've got kind of like a little apron on. It's adorned with little embroidered pine needles and pine cones and things. They're playing. They're using their little raccoon hands and kind of cleaning a tiny little cup that must have been used for like one of the field mice or smaller animals. As you walk over, and this little raccoon woman says, "Oh, hello. You are the guest from upstairs, right? The ones from the other side?"
That we are.
Yes.
Finding Miss Willow.
Oh, like the tree.
I'm Hazel.
Oh, like the tree.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
spoiler alert.
What's a coyote?
It's an oak tree.
Oh,
I had no idea.
Oh, so we have the same name.
Surely we've
Yeah.
touched on this before.
A little bit, yeah, kinda.
wait. So you're all named after trees too?
Yeah, we have friends
Isn't
named
that funny?
Ash.
Oh, hilarious. Well, what good friends you all must be. A little forest on the go.
How did we just now learn this? Why did we know when?
We did not just now learn this. You just
You
now
just
learned
now
this.
learned this.
No, we've covered this. I'm certain of it.
Hey, I'm positive of it. We covered it day one.
Then we
Out
all
of-
have forgotten.
Out of
No.
character at the very least.
No, this was all very deliberate.
This is news to the 2 brain cells, okay?
Wait, Trina, did you not know either?
Correct.
Wonderful.
All right, well,
I chose Kaede specifically because it was a tree in Japanese.
yeah, like when we were making yours and Trevor's characters, I was like, hey, we
And
all
I'm
we all
certain
have
that when you said this, you would have said, yeah, it's Kaede, and I would have said, what kind of tree is that?
like when we made your guys' characters too. It was like, okay, everyone else is a tree name, so like let's carry on
So
the
you
joke.
guys have to be trees.
Anyway,
Because I think we did it by accident.
you 3 did it by accident. And then the other one's just like, hey, just to carry on the joke. But anyway, the little raccoon lady she just kind of peeps up and puts down the little glass she had and points at her little apron. She says, "You can call me Pine."
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Now,
I shake her little raccoon hand.
and she kind of grabs it. It's a little weird and wiry, but it's a very very nice handshake. She kind of just grabs like 2 of your fingers, because that's all she can really get a good grip on. And she says, "Well, can I get you guys something to drink?"
Here?
Yeah. What? Do you have mead?
And she says, "Oh, of course. Now, what size would you like? We've got quite a few different," as she kind of gestures behind her to what can only be described as eclectic collection of various vessels. No 2 cups she has in here are the same. There are some that are ceramic and tall and wide. There are some that are incredibly small that would barely hold a sip for like a normal person, for like a person. There are ones that are like the size of pitchers. And she says, we get a whole lot of variety in here, so I don't know what size to get people most of the time. Especially because, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of animals can't hold their booze very well.
Same truth for humans.
I would like to find a smallish, like, teacup that looks like it was thrifted from somebody's grandma's house.
Okay. You kind of point out one of the cups, and she's like, "Oh, like this one?" And it's a little bit bigger than like a normal teacup, but it's like a charming little pinch pot of a teacup.
Perfect.
It's got a couple of little chips on like the foot. Very very well loved. As she goes and says, "Okay, well we've got 1 mead in this cup. Well, what else do we want?" And
Do you have any pine?
I'd like some food
drinks?
as well.
any what drinks?
Like tonics made from pine tree syrup.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got some liquor in the back I can bring out. Which glass would you like?
Perhaps one normally used by a badger.
She kind of takes her little raccoon paw for a second. It's kind of taps her lower jaw just below her nose and says, "Buy a badger, buy a badger." And she comes back with this really almost like a bowl, like a big soup bowl. And she says, "Well, we have a couple of badger customers who come in, and this is what they typically get." And so she gets this large bowl and sets it next to Hector, next to Hazel's tiny little teacup.
I was about to say, Hector ain't here, bud.
And for you, the oak trees, Kaede.
One just bigger than my hand, and I put up my hand.
She pulls down like a normal ass mason, like a
Of
normal ass
whatever
mason
the fuck
jar.
you want to give me.
Just pulls down a
Make
jar.
it, pour it tall and strong.
She has her head down in her sketchbook.
And a water?
Water,
Cup?
yeah.
Water? Okay. She kind of moves her hand like towards the bigger cups, like reaching towards a pitcher. Not
That'll do.
not hearing any sort of
She's sketching.
any sort of affirmation or not. She puts it down and she says, "All right, well, I'll be right back."
She's
Just
just
like
now
Cameron,
realizing
picture.
she's just now realizing that all the sketches she drew while in the dream world did not transfer over, so now she's working as hard as possible to remake them.
She's like, no, my dolly moments.
As your memory slowly fades of the dream world.
Um, so
Oh shit, my level ups are still here, right?
Oh,
yeah,
Kaede's memory is fantastic. I don't have Keen Mind anymore, but
Kaede
it's just
has a
like her
good memory.
memory is really good.
Even dream memory, you can.
I mean, it was a
I
pretty
mean,
tangible.
Kaede
It was
may
a
be
pretty
especially
tangible
dream memory.
dream. Anyway, so a few minutes go by after Pine disappears through the little door, before a different bartender comes out. This one is a large deer man, and he comes out.
He walk.
He's kind of
four.
he's on all fours right now. He's
Oh,
got
you
like
better wash those.
a tray, your tray of drinks kind of perched on his antlers, just kind of like hanging there,
Oh, that's awesome.
kind of balanced, as he walks through the full big human-sized door and says, "Sorry, the water pitcher was a little heavy for Pine, so I had to come out here. If you could just unhook this from my antlers, I'm
Yeah,
kind of
I was.
preoccupied."
Yeah, I'm taking the tray already. I want to help this guy out.
Okay. You take the tray
Hazel
off.
feels
step away a
very
little
at
bit.
ease and warm and welcomed here.
Uh,
This is delightful.
so he kind of shakes out his body. He's like, "Oh, thanks for that." And he kind of, as he kind of sits, I say sits there. He kind of, yeah, I guess Deer can kind of see. He kind of leans back on his haunches and kind of, you see him kind of take his front legs, kind of stretch them out, and almost like roll his shoulders a little bit. He's like, "I had a mean kink in my arm for most of the day, and I just couldn't get over that. Had to have someone in the back load me up for you."
No violence happening.
Anyway, thanks, folks. I hope you enjoy the drinks. As he then proceeds to stand up on two legs and walk back, still kind of rolling his shoulder. A little bit shortly after that, Pine comes back and is like, "Sorry, I got a little overzealous picking up the pitcher. It's hard to carry stuff when it weighs almost as much as you do. But it looks like Burr handled everything okay. But I heard you guys wanted some food. That's something I can carry a little bit more easily, I think."
Yeah, I'll have the vegetarian fare.
Okay.
The
now-
herbivore diet.
Now, vegetarian fare. No, you say herbivore diet. Are you more of a grasses, fruits, nuts, vegetables, roots, barks?
Let's go in sort of the vegetable and root direction.
Vegetable and root. Okay.
I'm returned.
One vegetable root platter.
Perfect. With bread, please.
With bread.
Bread.
Thank you.
Bread.
Anyone else? Anyone else hungry?
It's been a long time since Hazel's had like vegetarian options to choose from. They're pretty excited about this vegetable and root plate.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to ask. Also raw or uncooked? We have some folks who like things warm. Some folks who
Oh,
like
cooked,
them fresh.
please.
Okay, cooked. Gotcha. And Willow, Kaede, Oakley, any food for you folks, or just the drinks for now?
Do you guys have bao buns?
What's a bao bun?
Oh, probably not. Just some bread.
A bread. One. Okay, so we got root platter with bread. Bread. Do you want anything to go on that? Do you want some honey, some jam?
Honey would be good.
Honey. We have nut butters. We have acorn butter. Two. Walnut.
Do you have cashew butter?
She kind of taps her finger to her chin for a second and says, "I'll have to double check. We might be out."
Oh, okay. Anything's fine.
And you other two folks, just some more bread. I could just bring a whole
And-
lot of bread for the table if we want to.
And some nuts.
Nuts. Roasted or cold? Roasted or fresh?
Roasted, and if you have like walnuts or hazelnuts, those would be perfect.
Okay, roasted nuts, veggie root platter with bread, cashew butter. Gotcha, gotcha. All right, and lastly for you, miss.
Oh, it's your turn to order.
Oh, sorry.
This happens frequently in real life. No, it doesn't, because in real life the person walks up.
True. A
But it would if this was how it happened.
I will take a stew with meat and vegetables.
Meat and vegetable stew. Do you care what kind of meat there, hun?
What's the least offensive meat I can order here?
Listen, we're all animals here.
You just got to be pragmatic about it.
Would it be rude to order venison?
One venison stew. Gotcha. She
The deer that just brought her order. Don't tell him that's what it is, please.
Oh, he knows. Listen, I know you folks aren't from around here, but we're used to it, okay? We don't need anyone who behaves civilized or acts within the rules of society, but once you forgo the rules of society and you turn a little feral, there's no coming back for you, and you've given away those protections, you know? So, I gotta say, if in this case a deer of some sort grew up, was raised here with us, and knew what they had going for them and decided to still forego all of that to turn to nature, they knew what they were getting into. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. Rather, sometimes a deer-eat-deer.
You eat deer here?
Well, not really deer-eat-deer. They normally are on the raw grasses diet, typically. But every now and again, you hear a story about one getting a little bit of a hankering. But, again, there's nothing wrong with that. So, one vegetable and root platter, warm, with bread, one bread. We got some roasted nuts, and we got a venison stew. I'll be right back with that for you folks.
Thank you so much, Pine.
As she scurries back, and you hear, coming from behind the door, one root platter, warm. One, roasted nuts, one. Do we have cashew butter? Cashew butter. We're gonna have to make some? Okay, I'll let her know. One bread with cashew butter, and one venison stew. Extra meat.
Now, they would have shorthand for all these things, like at Mr. Quick's.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. One V stew, one RV platter, one bread. But basically, Pine comes back. She continues on taking orders for the other people in the bar. A few minutes later, she comes back out with each of your individual plates of food and fresh cashew butter for Kaede, as well as a few other samplers that she thought you might like, as in addition to your honey. But you all begin to eat as you notice, you all kind of notice the bar kind of goes a little bit quieter as you see this rooster walk up onto stage. He has hanging around his neck a little drummer boy's drum, and kind of at his side, his wings, you can kind of see what look to be two different little drumsticks attached. As he walks up on stage and hears a bark, 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 bark. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for showing up tonight for my one-man band show. It seems to be a full house here, so find a seat and let's all get ready while you enjoy some nice home-cooked meal and some fresh drinks. All right, I am Cornelius the Rooster, and this is my one-man show. As Cornelius begins serenading
this
the
guy.
bar with his song.
I mean, is he good?
Roll a performance, or a notice. In addition to his beautiful singing, he is also putting on a drum performance as well.
I really know whether or not he's good.
Yeah.
I'm an excellent critic of this Rooster show.
Does anyone else
What a
see
funny
Madison's
thing to
pin at
have, like,
Yes.
55,000?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, it rolled, so that's what matters to me.
Yeah, I mean, it did the dice animation on my screen and everything. That being said, well, I can drag the map around and stuff. Like, it's responding.
It's who knows? It's unimportant. But anyway, Hazel, you look around and you just see all the animals in the bar who have the ability to, ears down. They're covering their ears like with their paws. This is a terrible vocal performance. But thanks to your stage training and theater experience, you can pick up on the fact that behind all the horrible singing is a fantastic drum beat. This rooster has no sense of tone.
Impeccable
but
rhythm.
Impeccable rhythm.
Excellent. I'm really glad I rolled a 14 for this.
So, a few minutes later, after Cornelius's show has ended, and a good number of the bar patrons have cleared out after finishing their meals, he walks over to the bar and begins talking to Pine.
Do you perform every night?
Every night I can. They don't want me in here every night. They think I'd wear out the charm. Because...
Oh, well, of course. You have to have
Move 'em
something
wanting
that you
more.
save for yourself.
Oh, I am the cock of the walk. Gotta make sure that every performance is special. Did you see how much undivided attention I got today? No,
Was that for
no
anyone,
one was having
or-
any sort of conversations about anything but me and my fantastic performance.
I love this guy. I love this guy.
Was it dedicated to someone, or was
Oh,
that just for yourself?
I perform every day is dedicated to my craft. Now, none of you would happen to be performers either?
I am.
Oh, now, would you be interested in turning my one-man show into a duo act? As he kind of walks over and kind of like
I don't really have time.
kind of like brushes
with my
you with
current
his
work schedule.
brushes you with his feather, like kind of puts it around your shoulder, like come on, it's okay.
No, I'm not really available, unfortunately.
Oh,
This is the Valentine's episode.
I'd like to get more back into performing, but it's just hectic with work and
Well,
life. And...
that's the great part about after dinner or dinner theater is you don't have to worry about work. I can go to my day job, work, and I can come here right after and put on a performance of a lifetime.
Working
And what
double
is your day
duty is a
job?
great way to earn an extra buck.
Well, right now I'm in between work, but
I see. Mm-hmm.
you know, when the
Hazel knows
weather's a
many
little
of
bit
this guy.
nicer, I tend to go and help work some fields. I'll maybe carry some grain or whatever comes my way. Now, if you're busy right now, well, when do you think your work might clear up?
It's hard to say. It really is. Yeah. Hey, Hazel's friend has dated like 5 of this dude over the years.
Well, do you know anyone else?
Like, I
who,
think another theater person probably.
Oh, most certainly. Well, if you can't perform with me yourself, and you wouldn't happen to have any other performing buddies that might be looking for a little bit of work.
Not off the top of my head, but I will keep an ear out for sure.
Well, you know what I think we really need is some people on strings. What we don't need is vocals. Too many people think they've got good vocals nowadays, and they just can't stand up to yours truly.
I mean, how could anyone? It is clear that you are a one-of-a-kind performer.
I inherited my father's voice.
Don't strain your vocal cords. You need those.
Oh, yes, sorry, you're right. Pine.
Actually, can we get this guy a lemon tea with honey, please?
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. You're right. But, well, like I said, I'm looking for some strings. I think we got vocals under control. Maybe a percussionist, but...
Oh, I don't think you need a percussionist. You were laying it down.
Oh, that's nothing. I'm no drummer. I'm a vocalist. I just keep rhythm for myself.
Well, you do it very well.
It's always better to have a good drummer than a poor drummer.
Exactly. When I first started my show, all I was me singing, and people just couldn't put up with the brilliance. I needed something to keep them locked in, and a little bit of rhythm behind the scenes apparently is all they need. I had a couple of good shows before, but anyway. Pine, anyone leave any tips for me this time? Anyone buy any drinks for the bard?
I'll buy the bard a drink.
And Pine,
I'm a sucker. Like I said, it's so familiar. Like,
Pine comes back.
Feels a little like home.
Pine comes back with like a saucer, full of like tea and honey, that she sets down in front of Cornelius. Then he begins just kind of pecking away at, just trying to sip it in. And Pine says, "Oh well, we got a couple of drinks, but are you sure you don't want to wait to cash in later this week?" And she says, "You know, you have a couple of days without any sort of performances coming up, right?" And Cornelius is like, "Ah, you're right. I can only keep my brilliance up a couple nights a week." Well,
What
I
a
guess
shame.
keep them on my tab for now, and when I'm ready to cash out, I'll do so. But if anyone comes asking for me, just make sure they know when I perform next. Caw, please, dear. And I didn't catch any of your names, friend. Obviously, I'm Cornelius. Caw. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, and what can I refer to you, my adoring fans, as?
My name is Hayden.
Okay. Oakley.
There was a deep. I don't know if it came through on mic, but there was a deep breath in the pause before I said my name.
Just a.
Here's the great thing about this
Hazel.
kind of dude is you don't have to work that hard to hide that you don't like him because he will never notice either way. So
He's like, oh, Kaede, Hazel, Oakley. Well, if any of you decide to put your performing hats on or decide to hit the old dusty road when I go on tour, you're more than welcome to join me.
Should we come up with a name for our group that relates to the fact that we're all trees?
are you asking Cornelius?
No, I was asking outside of the group, or outside of the game. It's just food for thought. We don't have to come up with it now. I'm just saying.
The forest. So Cornelius kind of puffs up his chest, ruffles out his feathers, really inflates himself before hopping down off of his stool and strutting out the front door into the street. Leaving just you and Pauline at the bar.
Wow, he is passionate about his work.
Full of himself.
I didn't have to talk to him.
Yeah, well, here's the problem with Cornelius.
Is he
Is it
somebody's son?
Cornelius?
He's tough to get the point across. Too. His heart's in the right space, and he means well.
He really is a good drummer.
Yeah, he's an excellent drummer. He's just cannot get past the fact that he should not be a one-man show very well. Or at least he should not be the lead vocalist. But, you know, he's the one who shows up 2 nights a week when we let him.
I think this guy's pretty great. I love him.
I'll let you love him.
He's a certain... He attracts a certain kind of person. But it's just a shame we don't have any better live music.
I feel like Willow could juggle.
Okay, yeah.
Would that be a better form of entertainment for this group?
Oh, no speed art? That's what I can contribute.
Well, if you guys happen to find anyone who has a knack for performing... And
Bro,
can,
this is literally a Legend of Zelda side quest.
and can put
Yep.
up... and can put up with someone like that, please send them my way and I'll introduce the 2 of them. But besides all of
How
that,
do we direct people to here?
well, just send them to the old Paul print and they'll know where to go.
Okay.
Just send them to the old Paul print and have them ask for Pine or ask for Burr or really ask for anyone who knows Cornelius, and I think they'll be on the same page as the rest of us who work here. and the rest of our patrons too. As this kind of conversation goes on, you notice that the bar is beginning to kind of slowly fill back up again. Now that the performance is over, like you clock a couple of animals and faces who definitely left after they finished eating during the performance. Like they were finishing up as the act was starting and left right then. Who were now coming back.
They went and had
ordering
3
drinks.
cigarettes and came back.
Exactly. They went home. They went to the bathroom. They came back and they're like, we're ready to go again now that act is over. But if you could just send them our way, that'd be swell. We can try maybe get a better performance going. But besides that, I do have to say, I know you lot are staying with us upstairs, but do you want to settle up your tab now for dinner and things?
Yeah, may as well.
All right. Well, hold on. Let me go ahead and tally everything up for you. Then I'll be right back with your total.
Do we have any money for this place?
That's a great question.
We might want to get out of here soon.
She walks away.
That is a great question.
And comes back about 45 seconds later with so we had cost 0.5. What currency does the fantasy compendium use? Book.
It's been so long since I thought about money.
Yeah, I thought about money, but I also thought that this meal would be in dollars, like some of the other stuff.
We did save them from being geese.
You saved some of them from being geese.
Was this one of them?
No.
Oh, no. She's probably like, man, these are some weird ass humans.
They
Oh,
probably
tired
don't even
of
know
it.
what humans are.
Right. What the fuck are these things? They're kind of creepy. I'm gonna charge them a firm of leg. They don't know what prices are.
Some of them eat vegetables and some of them eat meat. Can't really get a beat on that.
But then, like, some of them don't eat meat or vegetables.
They even just eat bread?
Just
Mhm.
bread?
With cashew butter?
Okay, so it looks like the cost in here is supposed to be in dollars. But anyway, she comes back and says, okay, so we have 4 meals, we have 3 drinks, so...
1 second.
Oh, okay.
Wow, Katrina's just trying to dodge the bill.
Dine and dash, yeah.
Dang, dog. I thought I was gonna die and dash. I guess it's Willow.
She beat you this time.
Well, we'll need the athletics checks to see who Dine and dashes faster.
Nope.
They'll both just get 5.
We're gonna race out the door, and then everyone else will have to pay the bill for us.
Are we gonna have a reporter for our meal? Are we gonna have to perform for our meal?
Well, we'll see what Trina has when she comes back.
This color mod is weird.
What mod?
The Sky Factory 5 and getting all these damn colors.
Oh, the mod pack. Okay.
So the one of the big automation is using dripstone, and doing dripstone, dripping dyed water into barrels, and then you stick sand in them, and out comes an entire 9 pieces of the dye. And
Is
then
this the game you've been Cameron's been playing also?
no.
No. Or
This
you
is-
just playing Minecraft?
This is a Minecraft mod.
Oh.
And it you use the dripstone to drip colored stuff into barrels, and then you put sand in them to make an entire block of that dye, and then you use that dye to craft stuff. That's just the early stages. And it's got some neat create stuff. And I'm pretty sure I could do a pretty cool create shit with this, where I just make super huge contraptions.
Did they ever do that weird update where they were talking about fucking changing the water physics or whatever?
What?
I had heard something about them changing water physics, where there wasn't gonna be water source blocks or something anymore.
No, I've heard nothing like that.
Oh, and spawning is weird. So you get these loot bags that give you gate pearls. And once you defeat a gate pearl, it'll give you a trophy of that animal, which then you can turn spawns on or off using that trophy.
Oh.
So I got albino cows. So I just have a room full of albino cows right now. Because they just keep spawning over there. Do I have an Enderman?
Baka.
Oh.
The whole reason we came back to Fairy Tail is because I wanted to play a cocky rooster.
Cameron, you could do whatever you want in D&D. There can be a cocky rooster in any campaign.
Just a cocky rooster, just out of the blue and evil.
We just murder him.
That's what was Simma's favorite rooster.
Oh, then I'd definitely kill him. And then I would owe her my other eye.
guess I'm gonna open Vintage Story while I wait for Trina to get back at this point. Because I know as soon as she gets,
They'll make her get back quickly.
exactly. Like earlier, I opened it right before Lightning joined, and then he joined. I was like, okay, he's not here yet. Open my single player worlds.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Oh, is that another box of Ziplocs? I said, oh, is that another box of Ziplocs? Okay, good. I had forgotten to check.
I'm going to go to the bathroom. I have to treat this in the bathroom.
Yeah. I had a noodle meal too.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry about that. I am back.
Welcome back.
Most other people are gone.
Yeah.
Was that a kitty kitty kitty?
It sure sounded like one.
Not mine.
I guess it must have been one of Lightning's then.
No things at this time of night. What are y'all doing? Well, no, but we have so much marketing. So they use their life. Would you like to be on marketing? Right. But his wife's gonna have this baby every day for the last week. It is, especially with the first one when you don't really know. But he's doing it this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here right now, but I can only stay for a little while because then I have to go because this baby's coming today.
Like, just actually take the time off at that point.
Well, he's only been with us for a couple of months, and he wants, you know, the next month or so off. So there were some things we wanted done before he left, you know?
Gotcha.
Hello.
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 We're still waiting for JJ.
Oh, cool.
No, I am back.
Oh, you're back. Okay. It's dark. Okay. So, about 30 seconds later, after Pine has finished marking down and quickly adding together all of your bills, she comes back and she says, "All right, all in all, for everything you guys ate today, including board for last night, will come to 10."
10?
10.
10.
Hmm.
10 of
10.
10, do you
10.
do you not 10 currency, 10 units, $10, 10 loops? Do you not?
Oh, 10. Okay.
Oh, 10. 10, of course, 10.
Yeah, one more than 9, two more than 8, half a 20.
Yeah, okay. I give
Yeah,
give her 10.
I got 10.
Uh,
I had 500 before, and now I have 490.
Convenient.
I believe those are the gold pieces. If you would like to. Oh wait, we don't know if gold or silver are things.
It seems
10.
10 is whatever matters to us.
We'll see that the 500
Like, what
or
can we
whatever
give
that you
her
have,
10 of?
Was it the 500 that you have on your character sheet is not real. Presumably.
No, I know that I have somewhere how much money I had on me and how much I had.
I had 498 gold pieces and 2 silver pieces in my coin pouch for
Or
Willow.
that have been Dice Cloud, probably.
Yeah, probably be on Dice Cloud. Is that from 5th edition Trina, or is that just stuff that you have now?
I believe that is from 5th edition. I also have the information for the locker at home.
Okay. As long as it's not the 500 that just is on your character sheet. Because that's just the default thing. So I don't know how much
No,
money you
I'm
guys
looking at
had
Dice Cloud.
before. Okay. That's fine. Anyway, so you try to give her 10 coins? Is that what's happening? Like 10 silver coins, 10 gold coins?
I'd give her 10 copper coins.
10 copper coins. You count out 10.
Um.
You count out 10 coins. You put it on the table in front of her, and she just kind of looks at it and says, "What's this?"
Those are 10. See? And I move them right and left, going up to 10.
And she says, "Yes, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But these aren't loops."
Hmm.
Oh, I thought you said coins.
I mean, some people call their loops coins, but this is just metal. What use do I have for this? She kind of picks one up and taps it across.
You can make stuff out of it.
Maybe
I take out
maybe
7
maybe a
flasks that I
smith
have,
could.
and I give it to her instead.
I have 10 pieces of chalk.
Halliday empties out her pockets and she has 10 small colored pencil stubs.
Anything we have 10 of.
Do you need 10 altogether or 10 individually?
Do you not? Are you all poor?
We're like
We're not
patting
from
our
here.
kids.
So
So I should not take 10 off? Because it's actually loops, whatever the fuck that means.
She kind of looks at you. Are you? She kind of looks you all up and down once, and she kind of says, "What kind of animal are all of you?"
Human.
She kind of sits there.
A subset of ape.
She just kind of sits there for a moment and says, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That's why." Okay. She kind of gets up and looks and is like, kind of turns, to get a profile view of each of you. And it's like, okay, round. Oh.
Oh.
She kind of sits there, and is like, sorry, that was my mistake. So is this what passes as money where you were all from? Just
The coins,
bits
yes.
of just
The
bits of metal?
husks, no.
Oh, well,
And not the chalk either.
I wasn't concerned about the chalk or the colorful sticks or the empty bottles. Okay, so your money isn't good here. Not in the sense that, like, we don't want your money, in the sense that, like, everything is free and we're going to be good to you.
In the sense that, but more in the sense that this isn't money.
Yeah, that you are destitute.
Hmm.
So once let me show you what a loop is, and she kind of goes.
That would be fine. Can I tell you that would be so great, actually.
She comes.
Okay.
She comes back with basically a little sack full of river rocks that have had a naturally born kind of hole through the center of them. So, like a witch stone or a seeing stone that you would hold up to your eye, sort of thing.
I'm terribly sorry. I need to use the bathroom. Can you show me where it is?
Pine,
Kaide's a goddamn genius.
Pine kind of looks at you and says, I believe there's an expression. Does a
You can
bear
walk with-
shit in the...
Oh, okay. I'll be right back. Here, I take off my cloak. You can hold this. It's very important to me. And Kaede's gonna walk out into the woods.
Okay.
And as soon as she's out of sight, she's gonna crouch down and she's going to cast Conjure Item. She's gonna do complete set, and she's going to make a copy of the bag of loops. And she's gonna come back in and go, "Hey, I brought something, guys!" And she's gonna turn and pour all the loops onto the table.
All right. Make your spell roll. While you're going outside, you have to be gone a believable period of time.
Yeah.
Pine just kind of sits there and is like, okay, well,
I mean, might as well just piss while you're out there. I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna kick you guys.
Because if you don't, then you're gonna actually need to in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it'll be
it's
awkward.
cold out there. It's winter. It's cold. It's dark. It's
Yeah.
as soon as you go outside, you kind of have to pee.
Yeah.
But
I guess I wasn't lying.
yeah, she kind of stands there for a second. Is like, okay, well, I'm not gonna kick you out on the street, and I'm not going to make you sleep outside or wash dishes. I heard earlier there was a couple of folks from the brewery who got goosed, and they came across some folks who
Oh no.
ungoosed them. So I think for now we can let this slide. But if you guys are going to be around town or doing any sort of traveling, you're gonna want to get a little bit of money, because you're not going to get by on everyone's goodwill and charity. Now, I'm willing to part with some cash, give you some loops of my own for my own sanity. If you could make it so that Cornelius's performances are bearable. Make it so that when he is up on stage, we are not actively losing money. Either by getting him some more band members, convincing him to go the percussion route. We still want him performing.
Just getting him to stop doing it.
We just want it to not be terrible. Singing lessons. If you could get him singing lessons and making that where I don't care how you manage to do it. I just know that the old paw print is losing a little bit more money than I would like on nights where Cornelius is performing. Now, I'd be willing to say, I don't know, 100 loops between the lot of you. if you can manage to get this sorted out.
So Kaede comes bursting through the door.
Yeah, this is when Kaede comes bursting through the door with just a bag full of
Her
cash.
counterfeit loops.
Hey guys, what I found. Oh wait. Man, the movie is really different.
Conjure item.
It'll last for an hour.
It'll last for an hour, yeah. Make a deception or a
Yeah,
persuasion
it's-
check.
Yeah, it is because it's complete. It's an identical
Yeah.
copy of her bag.
Yeah.
Because they do not have the PowerPoints to make 10 separate tiny little fucking pieces.
10 little rocks.
Okay. Skills, persuasion.
Yeah, make a persuasion.
Not my worst.
No. Let me take a look here. I don't have a specific commoner character sheet. That's sad. She kind of looks over the bag and is like, "You just found someone's wallet outside?"
Yeah. In
Don't
the
you-
woods. They might have dropped it when they peed.
Oh, well, if that's the case, I don't think we can just take it as money if that someone might have lost it. If it was just out back, I can hold on to it in case anyone comes looking. And she
I am certain that's what Kaede meant.
reaches over and kind of takes the heavy bag of rocks and says, "Now, if no one comes back within a couple of days and you guys are still in town, I'd be happy to part with this. But you know, just to be safe, in case someone does come looking, I'll just keep this here, unclaimed.
And especially
and
since
safe."
you've already given us an opportunity to earn our keep. In the meantime.
Kaede sits down and she mumbles under her breath, "What a waste of PowerPoints."
I put magic into that. So she takes the bag and kind of sets it down under the table, and she says, "Now, as I was saying to your friends, Kaede, I'm willing to pay you all if you could get Cornelius to be a palatable act. There'll be 100 loops between all of you, and there'll just be a good thing to get you if you're going to do any sort of other travel in town to town. Now, I don't think I actually ended up asking, what brings you all here anyway? I know the boys that got goosed brought you back to town as a way to say thanks, but what brings you to this side?"
That's
Another
good question.
great question, Pi. You're full of them.
We are very good at wandering and finding ways to make ourselves useful in whatever new landscape we have found ourselves in.
You could almost say we're mercenaries.
No, not
Except
really.
mercenaries usually kill people, and we're pretty nice.
That's not true.
It's not true that mercenaries usually kill people, or it's not true that we're pretty nice.
That one.
This is the second time we've been isekai.
Yeah, it's an isekai within an isekai.
She's like, "Oh, okay, well, I can respect a little bit of wandering and things. Well, it's still about supper time. If you guys want to go out and check out the rest of the town while you're awake. I know you seemed pretty exhausted after last night. You came in, you got in your beds, and you slept basically most of the day. It's quite impressive."
It felt like
Yeah.
a year.
It felt like forever.
Well, if you have any questions, I'm here to help. And if I'm not around, go ahead and ask old Burr. He's in the back. If you just shout to him, he'll come on out here if there's no one at the table or at the bar to tend to you. But I'll keep the rooms open for you folks for the rest of the week if you need a good place to stay, and I'll keep your tab closed for now. I won't put anything else on it, but just keep your noses clean and stay out of trouble. All right? That's all I'm gonna ask of you. But just
Shooting pointed glances at certain members of our party.
Is it everyone? Is it literally everyone but you?
No, there's two in particular that I'm shooting pointed glances at.
Oakley is looking off out the window.
There might be the two people named Oak.
Yeah.
the twin oak trees.
Willow knows how to be a productive member of society. It's fine.
Yeah, Willow can follow rules.
Hey,
Willow's
I'm
gonna
sorry,
pretend
was
that
be a
klepto-
productive member of society.
Was kleptomania not one of your original traits?
Look, you can hold down a job and be a klepto, alright?
don't be a
There-
klepto at your job though.
Well, yeah, no, I don't do that. Sometimes.
A girl at ENA got
I don't.
fired because
I don't always klep expensive things.
a girl at-
Sometimes I just klep
Just a
things for
fucking
the thrill.
stapler.
There you go.
Will Anne notice she's missing 3 pens? I don't know. We'll find out.
All right.
We got about an hour before that bag of money just disappears.
That's gonna be awful. And confusing for this fucking raccoon.
I wonder if she'll ever realize that it's identical to her own.
I mean, a sack is a sack, my dude. She's not going through and counting this bag. She has morals to uphold. This is someone's lost money.
Yeah, what a narc.
Little trash
Real.
bandit narc.
What a narc.
All right. Well, what do you guys do?
I mean, yeah, maybe let's go out and see the town.
A night on the town. That's what we
Well,
meant, right?
not really night on the town.
A night about
I mean,
the town.
maybe.
All right. Yeah, you guys step outside into the brisk winter air. Just as dark as when you first arrived in the Feywilds several days ago at this point, into town. You look around. You get kind of the layout of it. It's a smaller to medium sized town. There's a good few number of buildings and things. Various artisans and there's a large number of artisans and crafts you'd actually be kind of surprised about. There's a few different furniture stores of various scales and sizes. There's one that advertises itself as doll and mouse house furniture. There's some various instrument manufacturers. There's all sorts of just kind of fine wooden arts and art craft shops. There's your various, sundry goods. There's a smith making like horseshoes and kind of rudimentary metal tools and things. Wood carving. There's a ceramicist. But the thing that catches your eye the most is, as you guys are kind of walking through the center of town, is a large water wheel, which powers a brewery. The Brennan Bubble Brewery.
Brennan?
Bremen.
Bremen.
B-R-E-M-E-N.
Oh, there's a B at the beginning. Okay. That was
Bremen.
not coming through at all. Well? Yep. Town stuff.
Town stuff.
So the brewery where we saved the people, well, where we saved them for getting their goose cooked.
Yeah, the workers from the brewery. But that being said, it is 9:30. Do we want to call it now?
That feels like a natural stopping
Yeah.
point, right?
Yeah.
You guys made it out of the dream world, and you have conflict. You realize you have no money, and no
But what we
direction.
do have is
of-
Cornelius.
You do have Cornelius, and no direction on chasing down whoever stole the wand that you are tracking down,
I
Was that
forgot
what
about
we're
that.
doing in here?
Or finding Ash.
or finding Ash.
Yeah, we don't know where Ash went. Hope he's
There's
okay.
no way to do either of these things.
He's okay, right?
You got options.
Probably.
All right. Well, I'm gonna click the stop button now then. So, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below whether you liked the cocky cock. That was what we said, right? I didn't just say weird shit on the internet.